Welcome back, everybody, here to Pro League, the solo cast of Valdez. Trying to do my best. We're in the middle of a 1v1 series here, or 1-and-1 series between MVP and CJ, but we're about to jump into game number 3, DeParture here. 5-5 so far. In the last season before that, he was 0-7, so he's come a long way. Really has. And he's gone up against ByuL here, which is going to be interesting. But DeParture, I mean, he's been playing some fantastic games. So in the last, like, 1 or 2 games he's played, really looking better and better. Really got to hand it to him. Like, this guy is really making strides. You can tell something's going right in the MVP house as well. But ByuL, I mean, he's one of the heavy hitters of Pro League, of CJ, of everything, basically. 15-9, 5-4 versus Zerg. It's not his strongest matchup, but he's still pretty good at it. Funny how it is. Sometimes he gets, build ordered, lost. Like that game he lost to Terror, one of those funny ones. The map here is going to be Coda. Funnily enough, we do get 2 Zergs on this map that usually gets banned by a lot of the high-level Zergs in the individual leagues, but this is the way it has mapped out. Coda is the map here for DeParture versus ByuL right now. Down here in the bottom right, in the red for MVP, it is DeParture. And up here in the top left, also Zerg player, it is ByuL. CJ. One of the fun parts of ZVZ is seeing if they do anything early. Usually, well, sometimes you will have the weaker player say, oh, I can't go up against this guy in a macro ZVZ. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then they just, they get a little bit flustered and they just go straight into it. And it does seem like DeParture is going to go for a 10 pool. So we'll see how well he can do with this and exactly how much he commits. We are going to see ByuL just go for extractor trick. But will he go for the pool first or will he go for the hatch first? Could decide his fate, depending on how greedy he wants to play this. He's been caught out by stuff like this before, where he's just like, oh, the guy's almost definitely not going to do anything crazy. I know I can hold it off, but then he kind of messes up the micro in a very small way with the greedy build, and he just gets too far behind. But we'll see how he's able to hold this off. Maybe he'll just go for a very safe pool against DeParture. I wouldn't be surprised. And there it is. You actually see that a lot these days against some of the top Zergs, or from the top Zergs in ZVZ especially. They're just like, it's not worth taking the risk of going for hats first against this guy. Even if he goes for hats first into 2 drones into gas pool, like, it's still not worth it, just because of how many times you can be taken off guard by this kind of build. And it is going to be the follow-up of the Banelings. Of course, he's got that gas in the way. So that could still be scary if ByuL doesn't have good positioning. And if he doesn't spot it, maybe he'll want a spine crawler as well. The hatch is going down for ByuL. No hatch for DeParture. Just going all in with this one. Wants to end it, get a quick win for his team. 6 Lings already making their way across the map. Only Lings to follow it up. He's definitely going all in, as I said before. Let's see what he commits to. Does he go for the drones or does he go for the hatch? It looks like he will go for the hatch. Immediately a spine crawler started. I think he knows there's no transition behind this. Possibility of Banelings to follow it up are pretty high, so spine crawler not a bad idea. Right now 14-6 Lings, but not all of them are here yet for DeParture. He's trying to hide the 2 Banelings down the ramp, and it doesn't look like ByuL has spotted it yet. Hatch is getting close to finishing now. That is a lot of Lings. Hatch does finish, but the Banelings are coming in. He's got to be very careful about how he uses his own Lings. Trying to poke it in, trying to target him down with the Queen, but a full surround on the Queen now. And that Baneling hit was not too terrible. And the Queen does go down. He does have the Spine Crawler in the main, though. That's going to help out a ton. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to snipe down that Baneling, though. And he's taking inefficient trades. ByuL is DeParture. He's got to do more damage, though, I feel. He's still sitting on 9 drones. Meanwhile, ByuL, as long as he just makes a bunch of lings and defends and tries to hold this hatchery, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold the hatchery. Just not enough stuff. I think he'll just have to let it go. He doesn't have banelings of his own. He's trying to re-burrow the Spine Crawler. But there you go. Hatch is going to go down. And it looks like behind this, DeParture is still making lings. He's not giving up. It looks like he wants to go for a big Speedling all-in. Big Speedling follow-up, you know, with some Banes. But ByuL is going to know this. I mean, he's going to spot the fact that there is no hatch coming up there. And as long as he defends, he should be okay. He's got 15 drones to 9. The only thing he's really missing is going to be that speed tech as well as the Banes. And he's just going to commit once again to another hatchery. And I kind of do like the position of ByuL. As long as he doesn't throw away a lot of lings. I mean, he is going to see all the lings coming out of DeParture. He knows what's coming. He should know that the follow-up is just another big Speedling all-in. And all he has to do is defend. Kind of a weak trade there. He's making a second Spine Crawler, and he's going to connect that creep. That's going to help him out a lot. But let's see what these banelings can do. He really needs to target them down with the Spine. One Bane does go down, getting a nice surround there, but he's going to use a lot of the Banes on the Spine Crawler. But he will take it down immediately, and now he's got this hatch once again in a pretty critical spot. And now at speed, it's going to be almost impossible for ByuL to fight him out here on the creep. Oh, the Queen's getting so close to getting off that ramp, but just barely get back in time. ByuL's done this once or twice in his career, I'm sure. Oh, the banelings are coming in. Oh, they got a really nice hit there on a lot of the on a lot of lings too, and getting a nice surround there on one of those Queens. Not enough energy there for the transfuse. Another Queen does come down. He's got 2 Queens, and that's not that many lings. He's got 12 in total. I think ByuL might actually be able to save this. The lings will get into the main, but as long as he runs these drones away and just micros a bit, he should be okay, I think. Let's see how much damage DeParture can do. Not so much at all. I think he killed 2 of those drones in total. Or actually, one of them was made into a Spine Crawler, so maybe just 1. And now, even with the speed, all he can really do is be annoying and run around, try to snipe some more drones. He doesn't even get that drone. There he goes. So gets 1 more, but ByuL's already in transition mode, just making a bunch of drones. He knows he's held this off by now. And he's done a pretty damn good job of it. The entire time he knew that there was no transition from DeParture, but he took the necessary risks to stay ahead and not be like too defensive. There was some very slight mixes up in his micro, but you can't really blame him for that, especially when you're going against all these Speedlings. Speedlings are going to try to threaten this hatch, which is at about half health, but I think he should be able to at all. And ByuL is just still sitting back. He's like, oh, you still aren't even starting a hatch. I am so far ahead. Even take a look at the supplies. He's ahead in army as well as workers. He's just getting further and further ahead. He's had the second hatch for so much longer. I'm actually kind of surprised that DeParture stays in this game. Like, he went for the all-in into all-in into all-in build. And didn't quite work out. He just didn't get enough damage done. He never really totally killed off all that ByuL had. He didn't kill all the Queens. 1 or 2 Spine Crawlers still remained. Lings were coming out of 2 hatches. Like, he had enough. There was a time where the drones were threatened, but he didn't have enough lings to really do critical damage. And so overall, that was about it. Maybe he should have gone for like 2 lings hidden in the back door and go for a Baneling hit or something, like in the back of his main or something. But bygones are bygones. And now ByuL is up 32 to 14 workers. DeParture getting supply blocked. And the obvious transition for ByuL is to make a bunch of roaches with the more than... that's like... That economy is like more than 2 times as good. for ByuL. And, I mean, he's got a wall off here. DeParture's going for the all-in into all-in into all-in into all-in build. And I don't think it's going to work. He's going to try with a lot of Speedlings and Banes. Like, there's still no workers in. I think ByuL should notice it. He's also moving that Overlord, so I'm sure he has a pretty good idea. You just got to get some queens in position. I mean, he's got 2 spine crawlers and 3 queens here at the ramp. He just doesn't have a lot of links to follow it up. He has so many drones. He's trying to pump out a lot of roaches now. The Banes are going for the wall, actually, the destructible rocks. They do get a decent surround there, but nice transfuses coming down on all the queens. And still getting a nice, decent surround there. The queens will go down, but the roaches pop out. There you have it. You've gotten past the wall, but that's not enough. GG. You can even see a smile on DeParture's face as he exited that game, saying, well, it didn't work. I had to try it again and again, but it just didn't work. There really was no transition for DeParture. He had just gone 2 all in at that point, and he had to try something. So there you have it. ByuL will take the win. DeParture still got to work on his ZVZ, I suppose. Maybe not as confident in this matchup compared to his ZVT. So CJ Antis now 2-1 ahead. Looking to take this out before the ace match even gets to it, especially in this next matchup, Seed versus ByuL. I think ByuL is the heavy favorite going into this one. This is actually the match that I thought would be the most one-sided out of this entire day. And in fact, frankly, I'm kind of surprised that Seed comes out. I think Losira might be at one of the foreign tournaments right now. He's like one of the guys on MVP that would definitely be willing and able to go out to those tournaments and do decently well. But I'm not exactly sure, to be honest, where he is right now. So we will see Seed. It's going to be a nice, I guess, change up a bit. You get to see some new players come out. ByuL rubbing his head. He's like, oh boy, ZVZ is a scary matchup. Seed versus ByuL is the next match here at PVT. I think we've had one of those today.